Davenport will be activated.
That one we're still kind of mulling through. I mean, we'd have to make a decision on the roster to do that. So he's practiced. He's been out there the last couple of weeks, and he's definitely getting better. I would say from a technique, from a fundamental standpoint, that's improved over the last couple of weeks. Obviously not where we want it to be quite yet, but making a lot of progress. So we'll see. Both guys, got dinged last week, and we're somewhat limited over the course of this week. But I think those two guys, I think it's going to be a game time decision. But both guys definitely want to play and are working hard to get back out there.
You talked about the players on the injury report. They have participated fully in practice, but with the stretch, that you have the rest of the season, does that kind of concern you, the number of bodies you can have?
I think that's the norm, throughout the league. I think, you play 9, 10, 11 as we go into the, this latter stages of the season. Guys are dinged up, guys are sore, guys are dealing with things. By league rule, we got to, report it. So I would love to come out of a game clean, with no injuries, no dings. That's unlikely. And we'll just kind of work through it. And I think these guys have really worked through it. I think our medical staff does a really good job. Kyle, Dave, our strength coach, our entire medical staff, I think they really, they do a really good job. They work tirelessly trying to get these guys, up to speed and ready to go as quickly as possible. And I'm really happy with that group.
Brian, what have you seen from Gary Jennings in his week and a half of practice, and how would you describe where he is in terms of his readiness to contribute?
I would say Gary, he's been here, I want to say just over a week, I think, so he's really, he's in here early, he stays late. He's a guy who's really, he's done a good job, I would say, over the last week, offensively and in the kicking game, trying to learn the verbiage, our communication offensively, which, that's extensive. And I think he's making some strides. Is he quite ready to get out there? We'll see. But a young player who's talented, can run, has some size. And I think he's, I would say over the course of this first week, he's shown some things that work in his favor as a person and as the way he prepares, and hopefully, we'll see how it goes. It's still very early.
Is there a player you coached before that you would compare to Vince Beagle?
I'm not really into comparisons. Each player's their own individual. Again, Vince, he's tough, he's smart, he loves to play. He's got good play strength. He's still developing, in a lot of areas, tackling, pass rush, coverage. He can do a lot of things. So, I'm, comparing guys, I'm not really into that. I just think it's, in some cases it's unfair. In other cases it's, not a good enough comparison. So I try to stay out of those. So, but I like Vince a lot. I think he brought a lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of enthusiasm. I think he plays the game the way it should be played. He loves to play. He gives maximum effort on every play, and it's been fun having him, coaching him, and watching him improve and get better. And I think there's a lot more room for improvement for him.
What do you think your reaction would be going off of what happened last night? If one of your players swung a helmet at another guy's head, how do you think you would react?
I don't want to get into hypotheticals on how I would react. There's a lot of variables, but obviously it was a, unfortunate incident, and I'm not necessarily even sure what, the repercussions are going to be. So it's unfortunate, you don't want to see that in the game, but look, people make mistakes, and for all intents and purposes, everything I've heard about, players on both sides, it's they're good guys, and that's I'd leave it at that.
Have you, your team has been disciplined in the area of penalties throughout the season. I know you said we don't want to jinx that, but
Well,
have you
I'm gonna come talk to you if there's.
have you or will you discuss or show last night, with your team?
We show a lot of clips throughout the league. Situations where guys lose their poise, situation where guys do a great job of keeping their poise. Third down situations, red zone situations, penalty situations. We try to educate them on, in a lot of different areas. Whether or not that one makes the list, we'll see. I think it's one that, everyone will have seen. So, and I think our team understands, or I hope they understand, how important it is to keep your poise. And in order to play good football, you need to have that. But I also know that it's an emotional game, and sometimes things happen. Again, none of us who have been involved in the game long enough we all have experienced that in some form or fashion. So, not to make excuses or say that, it's okay. It's never okay. I think there's consequences for your actions, at all levels. That's, players, coaches, personnel, you got everybody. So, we've got to, show poise in certain situations. So really all situations.
Trey White elevate the Bills pass team.
Excuse me?
How does Trey White elevate the Bills pass team?
Well, I think he's one of the best corners in the league. The thing I love about him, he's tough, he's physical, he tackles. Forget the production. Those are the things for me that I think you need in a defensive player. When you get them at the corner position, when you got corners and secondary players who tackle and are tough, then that goes a long way to making your team, your defense tough. So, and then he's a really good cover player. Off coverage, man coverage, tight coverage, working through bunches, stacks. They do a good job collectively as a DB group. It's not just one guy. He works with that entire group from a communication standpoint, working through things. He's a good player, and they got a lot of good players over there. So it's going to be a tough test for us. Thank you.